Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Sofyan. I'm from 5C class. Honorable to our lecture, Mrs. Maisurah, and to all of friends that's watching this video. And in this video, I would like to present my thesis proposal because it is our last task from seminar on thesis proposal. So let's get started, guys. So here is my PowerPoint, and I would like to do the research about the effectiveness Kahoot application to improve grammatical skill in MTS Mualimin NWDI Pancor. Alright, let's move to the introduction. So the first one I'd like to talk is about background of the study. In Indonesia, students frequently struggle with grammar due to abstract nature of its rules and the limited of the English outside the classroom. Traditional methods such as memorization and drills have proven inadequate in addressing these challenges. Ahmed in Power 2021. Consequently, there is a need to adopt more engaging and effective teaching strategies to improve grammatical skill in EFL settings. Game-based platforms like Kahoot have emerged as innovative tools to enhance student engagement and motivation. Wong 2019 emphasized that Kahoot transformed conventional learning into an interactive experience by incorporating quizzes, games, and competition. Next is the scope of the study. The study focuses on 7th grade students at MTS Mualimin NWDI Pancor. The research examines the effectiveness of Kahoot application in improving student grammatical skill, with particular attention to their understanding and application of English grammar rules in classroom settings. And the statement of problem of this thesis proposal are: the first one, is the use of Kahoot effective in improving students' grammatical skill at the 7th grade of MTS Mualimin NWDI Pancor? The second one is, which aspect of grammatical skill are most improved through the use of Kahoot? And then the significance of the study. The current study has its significance on two levels: on the level of research on grammar improvement and on the level of grammar instruction. First, while many studies have examined the use of technology in language learning, relatively few focused specifically on the use of game-based learning platforms like Kahoot to improve grammatical skill. Secondly, as far as grammar instruction is concerned, the findings of this research are expected to provide valuable insight for EFL teachers. And here is the review of literature and hypothesis. Theories related to grammar learning in EFL context. Grammar is fundamental component of language learning, providing the structural framework necessary for effective communication. As Ellis 2006 notes, mastering grammar is essential for developing both written and spoken proficiency in any language. In the context of English as a foreign language, EFL, grammar instruction is often a challenging yet crucial aspect of the curriculum, especially in environments where students lack consist exposure to native English speaker. And then game-based learning and its role in language education. Game-based learning, or GBL, is a teaching strategy that integrates educational content into games to foster active learning and improve outcomes. Research by Pransky 2001 highlights the potential of games to enhance motivation and engagement, particular for young learners. And then effectiveness of Kahoot in grammar instruction. Kahoot is an online platform that facilitates game-based learning through interactive quizzes. It features such as instant feedback, time-bound challenges, and leaderboards. Foster a dynamic and competitive learning environment. Studies have shown that Kahoot can significantly enhance student engagement, motivation, and academic performance. Zainuddin and Pereira 2021. And next, relevant studies. This research has some relevant studies of Kahoot in language learning. The first one, Wong 2019, investigate the impact of Kahoot on EFL students' grammar learning in Chinese university. And then the second one, Zainuddin and Pereira 2021, conduct a study in Malaysia focusing on secondary school students. And in my studies, focusing on the 7th grade of junior high school in MTS Mualimin NWDI Pancor. And next is theoretical framework. The study draws on the principle of constructive learning theory, which posits that learners construct knowledge actively through interaction and engagement. Fidget 1970. Kahoot aligns with this framework by fostering active participation and immediate feedback, essential components of learning process. And then hypothesis. Based on the review of literature and theoretical framework, the following hypotheses are proposed. Number one, it can be predicted that the use of Kahoot would be effective. And the second one, the use of Kahoot significantly improves students' grammatical skill compared to traditional teaching methods. And next is research methodology. Research design. This study adopts a quantitative research designed to evaluate the effectiveness of the Kahoot application in improving students' grammatical skill. The approach involves a quasi-experimental method with a pre-test and post-test control group design. And setting up the study. The study will be conducted at MTS Mualimin NWDI Pancor, an Indonesian secondary school where English is taught as a foreign language. The focus will be on 7th grade students as grammar instruction is a key component of their English curriculum. Alright, and then population and sample of the study. The population for the study comprises all 7th grade students at MTS Mualimin NWDI Pancor during the academic year 2024 and 2025. A purposive sampling technique will be employed to select two classes, one as the experimental group and the other as the control group. Each group will consist of approximately 30 students, ensuring comparability in terms of age, gender, and baseline grammatical proficiency. And next is data collection. First one, instrument. So before I'm going to do this research, I'd like to give grammar tests, pre-test and post-test will be developed to assess students' grammatical knowledge. This test will cover key topics such as verb tenses, subject-verb agreement, and sentence structure, and will be validated by experts in English language education. And B, questionnaire. The Likert scale questionnaire will be administered to judge students' perception of Kahoot's effectiveness in enhancing their motivation and engagement during grammar lessons. So next is the procedure. Preparation, design lesson plans incorporating Kahoot activities for the experimental group, develop traditional lesson plans for the control group, and pilot the grammar tests and questionnaire to ensure reliability and validity. And B, implementation. Both groups will undergo a pre-test and determine their baseline grammar skill. Over 6 periods, the experimental group will use Kahoot in grammar lessons, while the group control will follow traditional instruction method. At the end, of the intervention, both groups will take post-test and see data collection, collect pre-test and post-test score, administer the questionnaire to the experimental group to gather qualitative data on student engagement and motivation. And the last one is analyzing data. So I would like to use quantitative analysis, descriptive statistic, compute mean standard deviation, and range for pre-test and post-test scores in both groups. And B, inferential statistic, conduct a paired sample t-test to evaluate improvements within each group. Use an independent sample t-test, compare the performance of the experimental and the control groups. Alright, I think that's all for my seminar proposal presentation. Thank you so much for your nice attention. Last I say wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.